So the project we're working on today is this staircase and just trying to pretty it up. So it had carpet on it. I'm trying to veer away on all of my rental properties from carpet. I love carpet in my own house, in bedrooms, in like basement family rooms, but I care for my house differently than it seems that people that have rented my properties have been willing to. Every once in a while I get a great person, it's very rare. So I'm wasting a lot of money in carpet. But so I'm gonna go ahead, everything in this house is luxury vinyl plank. I'm gonna do red oak stair treads on the stairs. And the reason I'm doing this is because if you get the vinyl cap stair treads that come with your flooring or match close to your flooring, those are like 69 bucks a piece. So do the math, for 12 stairs, that's a lot of money. You are saving a lot of time as far as labor, so in some cases that makes sense. The reason, in addition to the cost, I'm not doing that here is because they have unfinished edges. And so it's a cap that goes over your stair tread, but it's almost meant for a stairway that has 2 walls or a stringer down both sides. I need a finished edge. I have 12 steps here. I need a finished edge on 6 of the 12 steps because it's visible. And so you can cut them and miter an edge in, but I just didn't have a lot of margin of error, 69 bucks per tread, that I wanted to mess those up. So I have done these stair treads from Home Depot in the past. They have them in the back of the store. Right now, I mean, I know prices change. I think these red oak treads are like 30 something a piece, and then you can even get a pine tread for like 19, 20 bucks a piece. But of course, pine's gonna be a softer wood, so I'm hoping these will hold up better. So basically what I'm doing is most of them I'm just gonna sand down. I'm gonna do a clear coat. I've done that on other properties. It's really nice and it matches the flooring we put in. But these 6 steps right here, we have to have a finished edge here because it's visible. So you have a couple options. These treads come with a curved front, and you can buy a curved piece to add on the side, but those are like 7 bucks a piece. Or the other thing is they don't blend because it's from a different, it's the same wood, but it's a different piece of wood or a different direction of the grain. And so you can see that it's there, plus the cost, plus you have to glue it on, clamp it, you know, whatever. So what I have done is I bought 12 of these treads. Again, 6 will be easy install up there, just I have 2 walls on each side. But right here, what I'm doing, it doesn't match exactly, but I think it's gonna be close enough. So we have this curved edge that's already created for us from the store. So then what I got was a 1/2 inch router bit for my router, and I curved over this edge and I curved over the bottom, and then I'll sand it to make it a little smooth. It's not exactly the same, but no one's gonna notice but me. And then I've come a little bit of the ways back here and I've curved around because I'll probably notch this out a little bit. I'm gonna trim these, obviously I'll cut the flat side once I stain them, I'll measure them and get them all in place. And then I'll probably notch this and then slide it back so I have a little bit of an overhang off this back side. So I'm just doing a little bit here so I have that ready to go. So the first thing I'm doing is just finding my more attractive side. If one's smoother or one's prettier, this side is a little bit smoother. But now you can see it doesn't quite look right because we have a curve and we have a bit of a crack there, but not great quality with these. We'll add some extra wood glue in there and stuff just to be safe. And then now we got to do this side so it looks like we want it to look. Ooh. So I just hit my adjustment on my router when I picked it up. So I'm gonna just go ahead and make sure I have it how I want it. And then that created edge looks pretty close. Gotta sand that in the middle, but to that edge. I prep and finish everything before I put it in place. It's just easier this way. You don't have to worry about the wall and the surrounding edges. So I sanded these down. I did a coat of poly, and then I sanded and did a coat of poly 3 times to get a good finish on these treads before I started the install process. Athena, did you do all this work? I know you did it. You just don't get all the credit. You're the heart behind the scenes, huh? Yeah. You wanna go home? You wanna go home? Let's go. I wanted to wait to take out the old treads until I was ready to install the new treads so that I didn't have a lot of time where we had to do a balancing act over these stairs. So I started to remove these out to figure out where I needed to make my cuts to notch out for the back portion. And the other thing that I don't think I have in a video here is we did add some reinforcement under these stairs we had access from the basement, but I don't think I filmed any of that. When I routed this side piece out, I also did a little bit of this back portion because I knew what I was gonna do is I was gonna trim my stair. I'm gonna have about a 1-inch overhang right here. And then I'm probably gonna match that and have about a 1-inch overhang that way. So I'm gonna find my line here, wrap around, come about 1 inch deep and cut on my table saw a notch out so this can slide back, and then this will be like our return portion right here. So we just did that earlier so we don't have to worry about it now. So all we're doing then, I have it flush up against the wall. I have all my trim I'm doing on that end. Sometimes you have to trim it down depending on how crooked or out of level your wall may be, but we're pushed flush against our wall. It looks great. And so now I have to make a line basically showing where this is gonna line up with my wall. So just to show you from the top, I'll cut to that line, and then I'm gonna make a line 1 inch deep and cut all the way down. We're gonna rip that. So basically where this little line, I have this little L, all of this, all that way is gonna be cut out, and that's gonna slide back over this, just that little bit of 1 inch. I didn't wanna overcut the bottom of my tread with my table saw, so I didn't go all the way to the point where I would tie in with my overhang. I finished that with a multi-tool, and then I dry fit everything obviously before I went to attach it. And each tread was honestly just a little bit different from each other. So the good news is we have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Our 6 worst ones are in. Those are the ones that had to have a finished edge. There wasn't as much of a, I feel like that's the toughest point. Then we have 6 more, so going up like this, you can see there's 2 walls. So all I'm gonna have to do for those, I already have them all sealed, is I'm just gonna have to rip them down to depth to match these, so rip 1 inch off the back. I left my table saw set, so the trick is if you can set it and not have to do anything else with that tool, then you don't have to measure and check every time. So I left that at the same setting so I can rip down these other 6 to depth, and then I can just measure and trim each side down and get those knocked out really fast. Trying to decide for the front of these risers, I think I like a wood look riser to match this, a redwood, but you can also do white. So just trying to decide what I want to do for the front piece. And then we can start finishing, repairing all this drywall around here. For the risers, I decided to go with the matching redwood. I just preferred that look. People on Instagram seem to feel otherwise, but that's what we went with. And then I just had to do a lot of drywall patching on the side. So where the gap was from the old risers that were pretty thick to the new aesthetic risers and then into the drywall, I went ahead and patched that with drywall tape and mud, and then we retextured, primed, and painted. And then where that little changes from the new riser over to the drywall, there's a little gap there, we went and put a corner angle piece on there. We cut those all down to size before we installed them, and then just went all the way up and nailed those all in. So that was pretty much it. The biggest thing at the end here was just a lot of little drywall patching where there was some ugliness over here on the side. Unfortunately, apparently I didn't get a great video of these when they were done. So here's a video before we had the stair railing installed, and then here's just a little bit walking up.